Boo, how you feeling heading into tomorrow's finals now?
There we go.
Did you hear that?
No, sorry. I just got everything working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Well, how are you feeling heading into tomorrow's finals now?
I feel good personally. As a team, though, we're gonna need guys to step up, and we need to. I mean, we're gonna need our guys on the backside. Yeah.
Speaking of that, what's the role of you and Dayton, the leaders of this team, to make sure that those guys understand that you're not out of it, but you need some help heading into tomorrow morning?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, they know. This is something that we come into this tournament and we want to win it. So and we all want to win it. So they know what's at stake and they know what we need. And we'll talk about it, but they just got to do better tomorrow.
How big then is it the fact that AJ gets that upset over the 1 seed to get into the finals for you guys tomorrow night?
Yeah, for the numbers, it's an upset, right? But he showed that wasn't an upset. The guy rode out the entire third period, showed that he could get away from the guy, and really just, he wrestled hard. He showed his maturity. He showed that he was mature in his wrestling, and I'm super proud of him. He wrestled really tough.
Thanks, Boo.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions for Boo?
If no one else does, Boo, going back to your individual finals tomorrow, what have you looked at who you have and what how you've stacked up with him in the past?
Yeah, I saw that I have the OU kid, and he's going to come out. He's going to be a hard hand fight. It's going to be a tough match, but I really want to push myself, open this match up, and really get my offense going. In the semifinals match, you kind of saw that. I got stagnant again, and that's not what I want. Those aren't the performances that I want, and just like everybody on our team, we got to do better tomorrow, and I'm one of them. I got to do better, and I'll do better in the finals tomorrow. I'm excited.
Aside from trying to get the win, Bedlam for your final Big 12 championship in Oklahoma, how significant is that?
I haven't thought of that. That's pretty cool, huh? I'm pretty excited. That's a good way to end my college career in the Big 12, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm come tomorrow looking to perform way better than I did this last match, and it'll take care of itself.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, but when you've got in a tournament like this, where you've got a quick turnaround, you're wrestling again tomorrow. I guess, what do you do overnight to rest your body and make sure your body's prepared to do it again?
I just handled my weight. Right after I got done with my match, I handled my weight, and I actually got to drink some, and so now I'll just sit back. I'll probably watch some of the UFC fights tonight. I'll hang out and just get ready. Mentally physically I'm ready. Mentally I'm there. I'm ready to go, and I don't think there's like any one thing that I do. I think it's just making sure that I'm staying focused on what I want out of my performances.
You think it's, that aspect of it, you think it's kind of individualized and what works for you, each individual wrestler?
For sure, some guys have certain things that they like to do, whether that's what they like to drink, when they like to go to bed. Everybody has their own little deal, but for me, it's just making sure that I'm staying true to what I want to do in my matches, and making sure that I'm executing in my matches, not just floating around out there and trying to get the win. It's got to be more than that. It's going to take more than that to be the national champion in a couple of weeks, and this is a great opportunity for me to go ahead and showcase that tomorrow afternoon.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Hey, Boo, I was just wondering, as a wrestler, there's a team aspect, individual aspect. As a wrestler, like how tough is it to, like, I guess, not look at the team standings?
I like looking at them. It motivates me. And I think a lot of guys on our team look at the team standings, going into each round, and for me, it kind of, it just gets you going. You want to win as a team, and I might not watch the guys before me too intently, but just because I'm about to wrestle and I don't want to, overexert my emotions watching them or getting too excited or something. But looking at the team scores in between the matches, or I mean, in between rounds, in between sessions, I'm super in love with wrestling. So, I came back right before I started cutting my weight. I watched a couple of our guys finish out. I watched AJ's match right when we got back. I watched Caden Gefeller in the backside, and Wyatt Sheets, and I love wrestling, so I like to watch it. But before my matches, I try to focus on myself.
Well, I guess going back, so far tonight, OU's at the top after today. How crazy is that? The fact that you will wrestle Bedlam, and then I think at um, at 133, or I forget that there's another
133.
weight. There's another weight that's Bedlam too.
133 Dayton's match. Yeah, man. It's that's good. We want that to happen. We want the Big 12 to be competitive, but damn it, we want to win it. And I'm going to do that tomorrow, and I know Dayton's going to do that as well. So, it's awesome. I'm excited.
Thanks.
Boo, I may have missed it, but so have you decided that you're not going to come back next year for an extra year of eligibility?
Yeah, no, this is my last year of college wrestling.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Boo? All right, thanks, Boo.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, and I got the okay from Coach, so I'm going to call him, get ready, and hopefully we can get Coach on here pretty quickly. All right, Coach Smith is here. Coach, can you give your just opening thoughts on the day, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Well, it was a pretty tough day for us. Not something that I knew that possibility of some things materializing like that. I think we got started off pretty good with the first round with 9 of our 10 wrestling extra mess. I thought we did pretty good and pulling 7 of them through, or 6 of them, 6 or 7. But I didn't think our effort in the finals or in the semifinals was what I was hoping for. So, we're in a fight now, and we're going to have to show up tomorrow and be ready to challenge for this title.
John, with how close the team title is right now, is there a conversation with your guys between now and tomorrow morning, or is it more just having them focus on each individual wrestler themselves?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both, but we need to focus on individually what they got to do. Still a lot of points for us to get, and we need to remain focused with that. So in the end, tough tournaments a lot of times come down to the third day, the second day in the Big 12, and we need to replicate some of the things that we've done in the past, and that's having our best day on the last day.
Well, and obviously, with 4 guys still alive in the consolations, I mean that's where you can maybe make up that ground with only 3 guys in the finals.
I think so, but you're going to have to wrestle to do that. The consolations is a dogfight. All of a sudden everybody gets pretty tough, and we're going to need to get tough. We're going to need to make sure that we show up and be ready to go and put the energy out for what it's going to take for us to try to win the conference title.
What'd you think of AJ's performance there in the semifinals, knocking off the 1 seed?
I thought he wrestled well. I thought he did a good job with just dictating the pace of the match, and did a good job on top, putting some pressure on his opponent. I think one of the areas where, they thought they could win was on top of AJ, and AJ took that away. And I think the match really kind of swung in his direction because of his effort when he was best, especially coming off the mat.
Thanks, John.
You bet.
Hey, Coach. I'm just curious that 165, that whole sequence at the end of 165. What from your eyes, what did you see there?
I was actually on the mat, a different mat at the time, coaching. It just, a couple times I know he got to the legs and the kid kicked out on him and he didn't score the points, but I think you just got to identify in the match when you got to, attack, if this guy needs to keep the match close and in order to win, you need to identify with that and start separating the score and take some risk. I thought, when he got taken down in the first period and spent, 2 more minutes on his feet without a takedown, I just, that you can't do that in these tight matches, especially giving up the first takedown. You got to go get one, and you got to make sure he knows that you're on the offense and it's going to take more than one takedown to beat me. You should, in that particular match, one takedown shouldn't beat you.
Thanks.
You bet.
Do we have any other questions for Coach?
Hey, John, just talk briefly about the 2 other finalists, Boo and Dayton, just taking care of business and what you expect to see from them tomorrow night.
Well, they just, for Dayton, he's had 2, or really 3 pretty tough matches as far as, the number of points he's put up, and he's really, kind of grinded it out and did a good job of stretching the scores out. And I think in that last match, as you saw, there's looked like a size difference. And he did a really good job of taking the guy's length away from him and kind of burying him on those high crotches coming up, lifting him off the mat, returning him. Just some intelligent wrestling that really helped him, separate himself in that match. Boo, it seems like he's been closing pretty good in his matches. Needs to feel that energy early on, and I think he's got a chance to put some things together. He's going to need to do that tomorrow. Is to get a little bit more of his offense going early on and looking to score. And of course, AJ did a nice job with just a good job of dictating the pace of the match, taking his opponent's best area away from him and then finishing up the match.
Thanks, John.
All right, it looks like that's all the questions, Coach. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Reed.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Reed.